Hi guys, you're very welcome back to another video in this manipulation series where we're really getting the education in relation to how a person who has NPD, who has narcissistic personality disorder, actually functions and how you can recognize whether you've actually been in a relationship with a narcissist or are in a relationship with a narcissist. You'll notice a pattern of behaviors and you can identify those behaviors with typical behaviors of the narcissist. So we've covered isolation and how the narcissist isolates their targets or victims in order for the manipulations to be more effective. So today we're going to get right into gaslighting. Gaslighting was a term I've only heard kind of bandied around up to a few years ago. I certainly didn't have any idea what the full extent of gaslighting actually meant and was. So let's get into it. The term originated from a 1930s movie where the husband would switch on and off the gaslight and tell his wife that, that when she said she'd switched it on and it was off, that she must have forgotten or she didn't do it. So it's when another person distorts your reality or attempts to distort your reality. Sorry, those groans are Remy in the background waiting to go for a walk. And for anyone who doesn't know who Remy is, he is my faithful canine companion. So yeah, gaslighting is an insidious, very evil, very horrible thing to go through because the target doesn't realize that their reality or their everyday reality is being distorted in the hands or by the hands of a person who they love and trust. And it's a slow process and it's a subtle process, but it's a very, very dangerous process. And I believe it's an evil process because if you have a distorted reality or if you're living a distorted reality, decisions you make are not going to be authentically your decisions because the truth as you know it isn't true. So the narcissist gaslights you for their own gain. They gaslight you to manipulate the situation so that you will function to you'll dance to their tune, basically. They have to be gaining out of distorting your reality and making it into a reality that suits them, that backs up their actions, that gets you to buy in to the gaslight that is actually the narcissist themselves, because the person they're presenting you with isn't real. The person they present you with, which is the first and major part of the gaslighting, is an amalgamation of the information that you feed them initially about the type of relationship that you're looking for, about your dreams, and about the type of person you are and would like to meet. So the individual they've created for you is a mirror image of your perfect partner. That's the biggest gaslight of all. And it's the gaslight or gaslighting technique that leaves us very, very disorientated and in a great deal of pain at the end of the relationship when we're slapped in the face with the cold reality that the individual that we loved and knew actually doesn't exist, and that this person has no stable identity and goes from one person to the other, projecting the self that will best suit the recipient, and in order to get the best gain from that recipient, they customize their identity to the person that they're dealing with at any given time. So that's the biggest gaslight, is the whole relationship. But in the relationship, the narcissist will also gaslight you. How does that happen? For instance, they could be cheating on you, and you could suspect that, and you could question them about it. And their first line of defense will be to deny that truth. That's gaslighting you. It's a kind of a form of lying, but it's more insidious than just a direct, denial and lie. Because what the narcissist will do is they will first of all lie, and then they'll turn it around on you to deflect your attention from the actual matter in hand. And they will give you some type of an insult like, you're too controlling, or you're paranoid, or you're the reason this relationship isn't working, or if I did have to cheat, it would be because of you. So they distort the reality. First of all, they don't tell you the truth. And then what they do is make you look inwards to yourself, to think that you are the problem, and that the reality of the situation is not the fact that they have no integrity and they've gone off cheating, but that you are the cause of any lack of success in the relationship. So because your emotions are involved, you fail to see or analyze accurately the fact, that you don't sit down with yourself, because your emotions are involved, and you're hurt and you're angry, and you're searching for some kind of order in the relationship, or trying to put some order on reality itself. You don't sit down without, I suppose, knowing about narcissistic abuse, or being in some way detached, or you have someone maybe who you can talk to who puts a bit of structure on the gaslighting. You don't sit down and say, hey, wait a minute here. I have done nothing wrong. This person I'm nearly 100% cheating on me, yet they're making me feel that what I'm saying isn't true, and that it's actually me that's the cause of, us having problems in the relationship. So what's the truth here? So you don't actually kind of say, look, this person is doing something wrong, and this needs to be addressed, and they need to be accountable for this, and they need to, meet me halfway here. This is a distortion of what's actually going on and the reality of the situation. So that's a kind of a direct way that the narcissist will gaslight you. But they'll also set the gaslight up, so to speak. They'll set the stage for you to have self-doubts. So what they do is, over time, and it's like part of the isolation process as well, over time, they sow seeds in your mind, say about a situation, or about a person, or about something that's going on. If they want to turn you against a person, they drop subtle hints based on a factual truth maybe, but they will distort that truth. How can I say it? Maybe you say a person, okay, so a person maybe asks them for a loan of money, and they give them a loan of money like $10 or €10 out of their wallet. So that's a fact that the person has taken, has received €10 out of the wallet. But what the narcissist will say to you if they're trying to turn you against that person is, I'm missing $10 out of my wallet. I know Jack came in here a while ago. You didn't see him taking $10 out of my wallet, did you? And you'll be going, no, I didn't see that. I was upstairs or whatever. So they'll do little things like that. And then maybe a few days later, Jack will say, oh, he gave me back, they'll say that, oh, Jack gave me back that $10, so it's all okay. But, maybe there's something going on with Jack. So it kind of sows seeds of doubt. They'll have a fact that's true. So you'll be kind of going, oh, well, that is true because he said he needed that $10, or he wasn't sure whether he stole the $10. Without laboring a point, they build up a kind of a picture of trying to take a person's character down with little insinuations and observations about that person based on a factual truth, but it's a distortion of the truth. It's to get you to think not the clean fact of what happened, but to kind of put a darkness around it, a poison around it. So over time, your mind has built up an inaccurate picture of who that person is that the narcissist has wanted to turn you against. So I hope that's kind of given some clarity to gaslighting an atmosphere. They can gaslight a group belief. They can distort the reality in a group setting, in a family setting. It is slow. It is subtle. It is to the narcissist's agenda. And the narcissist can do this very believably, because in the moment that they're doing that, they want that to be the reality. So they have to believe the con themselves. And if they say take against a person, if the person's not 100% for them, they believe that the person is 100% against them. It's this black and white thinking. So they don't have a problem believing that that person isn't a good person. So they don't have a problem getting you to believe that that person isn't a good person, because they've convinced themselves of it. So it's as if they're not lying to you, but what they are doing is lying to you, and they're distorting the truth. They're manipulating the truth to suit their agenda and their trajectory in order to manipulate you to do what they want you to do. So this is often as well how narcissists can have very effective flying monkeys, because they manage to gaslight normal people into being flying monkeys, when they play the victim. So you can kind of see how dark it is and how difficult it is to unravel the narcissist's distortion of reality, because this is what they're all about. While you'll be going on with your day and your job and your children and your house or whatever, the narcissist is consumed with receiving and gaining. So their whole day is spent achieving supply, achieving attention, achieving a win situation, being in the superior position, knowing something that you don't know is one of the narcissist's biggest thrills. Manipulating other people to do what they want, feeling empowered, gaslighting people by the dozens if they can, is a pleasurable game to the narcissist, and it's essential to the very essence of their life, because they live on narcissistic supply, and their life is all about one-upmanship on everyone else, to the detriment of everyone else and to the gain of them. So guys, at the end of the relationship, if you're discarded or if you have to walk away from them, it's a very confusing experience in relation to being able to grieve the relationship properly, because your whole ability to make a decision based on fact has been corroded, because you're not sure what the actual reality is anymore. You doubt yourself, you doubt your reality, you doubt your other relationships with other people, because there's been a covert distortion of your relationships with other people based on the narcissist's influence over those relationships and over you and over the actual truth and reality. And this distortion of reality and distortion of the truth has oftentimes been associated with the essence of evil. Chaos, confusion, lack of truth, lack of clarity is the best environment for evil to do the most destruction. And that is a world problem we have at the moment that goes beyond the individual narcissists. And that is something I'd really like to cover in a video about conspiracy theories and the destabilization of society that's covertly going on, getting people to believe in the gaslighting that is being done on the internet, and just destabilizing society and destabilizing the individual person. So guys, we'll get on to that at another stage, but I hope that's given an overview of how a narcissist gaslights you. You have to really hold on to who you are and your belief about somebody else and your relationship with them and who you are as a person and your analytical skills. You've got to try to disassociate your emotion from a situation with a narcissist to get clarity and to look at their actions and not their words, because they gaslight you with words. They could be, for instance, holding a knife up to your arm and telling you, this is for your own good. I want you to understand this, how you can't do this. I'm looking out for you and I love you. While at the same time, they're threatening you with a weapon. It's so confusing because their actions don't match their words. But if you listen to the words only and don't take a step back and put the facts in front of you, even write the facts down, and then get a grip on the reality of the situation, when your brain isn't playback of the words that they've used. I'm a good person. I would never do that. You can trust me. I love you. You're the one for me. There's nobody else. I know you've heard this, guys, and there's something wrong with you. We'd be fine if it wasn't for your paranoia. We'd be fine if it wasn't for... You've heard it all before. Leave in the comments, guys, if you have had the gaslighting sentences that the narcissist has used on you to convince you that they love you, when all their actions are showing you that it's the opposite, that they do not love you and that they have no capability of loving anybody. That's it for now, guys. Give the video a like and subscribe if you found this content to be of a value to you, and certainly please consider sharing if you think it may benefit someone else. Have a blessed weekend, and I will talk to you with the next video in this series very soon. Bye for now.